Since we're on the topic of movies, this dropped this week reviews for Joker 2. And
well, did you see what I just posted?
I did. Yeah. Apparently, it's a movie made to antagonize Joker fans.
Like, it's can I take How to Lose $1 Billion for 500, Alex? Like, what the hell are you thinking?
This movie's not going to make $1 billion.
No.
I have a bad feeling about this movie. Like, it's going to be awful. And I really want it. I would rather it be good because I liked the first one a lot. But I think this movie.
Well, people forget that Todd Phillips is kind of a one-trick pony, right? Like,
didn't he do Hangover?
Yeah. Remember, Hangover 2 and 3 sucked.
Yeah,
and like people really hated the third one, but yeah,
he did Road Trip. Okay. I think he did Old School too.
That's what I mean. He does a first movie, it's fine. Once he starts doing sequels, look at the Hangover sequels. The second movie's the same goddamn thing as the first one, and the third one everybody hates. Yeah. So like, what do you expect? Like, I mean, it's either going to be the same goddamn thing as the first one, or it's going to be a movie everybody hates. I guess it's the latter.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yo.
Oh wow, hey,
what up,
how you doing, Jeremy? Been a tick. Yeah, I had some faith in this movie at first, but the more I see of it and the more I hear about it, I'm just like, what the fuck was he thinking, or what are they doing?
I'm gonna give it a fair shake, but
I hear it's got a really bad twist at the ending that the audience is really
I bet you she becomes the new Joker or something.
I was wondering if she was going to end up killing him or something. Yeah,
I could see it happening.
If they do that, man.
I'm the Joker now.
Well, from what I've been hearing, she's basically Harley in name only anyway. Like, there's hardly anything.
Though, Tom, he's also the Joker in name only.
You're not wrong.
He's nothing like the Joker in the comics.
I agree.
That's true.
The Joker in the comics is a homicidal maniac,
criminal mastermind.
No, you're right.
Incel, basically. Yeah. Makeup on his face.
Remember the stink they made over that movie? Like, you were gonna die if you go see it. Like, everyone was going to get shot in a theater.
and it feels like that's what they're almost kind of commenting on here. It's like they're going to be like, anybody who thought the Joker was cool, this movie's going to be coming after you. You know, it's like, well, I don't remember anybody thinking that the Joker was cool in a respect of like they want to act like the character, right? But people thought the movie was good. I don't know if you're misinterpreting that.
I'm probably alone in this, hot take, whatever. I'm sick and tired of the Joker, just as a character. I'm like, he's so overplayed. He's in so many things for me. Like, I know that Matt Reeves is doing the Batman Part 2, and I am praying that he doesn't. It's not even
done writing it yet.
I'm far from sick of good Joker. I just watched one thing I did watch recently was Mask of the Phantasm. Man, Joker's so good in that.
Yeah, but that was like it's like back in the day. I'm talking about like nowadays, like especially because like this year I went back and I platinumed the Arkham trilogy, and there's so much Joker in it to the point where it's like. Especially in Arkham Knight for me, I just felt like
but
I just got sick and tired of him. You know,
he's the ultimate Batman. That's like Green Goblin. You know,
he
shows up all the time.
I agree with you, Flash, but I'm siding with Endymion on this one because, like the Joker has been played out so much. It's like there's a lot. Even if I see another Joker and Penguin anytime soon or Catwoman, I'll be fine. Like missing out on that movie because they've been
he won't be in Penguin.
Villains, like.
He won't be
in like a Matt Reeves sequel. Like I'm really hoping he does. I mean, I would love to see Hush or Court of Owls, which apparently that's a rumor that it might be a part of it. If that's true, that's awesome. But like
Court of Owls could be cool if it's done.
Yeah, right. That's the rumor that's what's going to be in Batman Part 2. I don't know if that's true. Who knows?
He's not even done writing it yet. Did you guys not just hear me?
I'm just saying.
This movie's supposed to start shooting, and he hasn't even turned in a script.
I know. But let me believe, okay? I just hope it's not the Joker. That's especially when I saw what's his name.
Well,
Barry
they just
Keoghan.
Asked Barry Keoghan about it, and he said he does. We'll see what happens, which is another way of saying,
that version of Joker they had in the first movie where he's like all messed up in the face and shit. I was just like, this is just.
I'd really like to see a proper Mr. Freeze villain movie, like.
You know what's crazy?
They did Heart of Ice, you know, it writes itself. Just literally take Heart of Ice and make it into a fucking movie.
You know what's crazy?
Batman. Not by itself, though. I don't want a Mr. Freeze movie. I want you to do Heart of Ice as a Batman movie. How that doesn't exist is insane.
I could be wrong, but I heard back in the day that one of the villains that Nolan wanted to do in Dark Knight Rises was Mr. Freeze. And I would just love to see what his version of Freeze would have been because he couldn't have the ice gun. You know, it's like But I'm with you too. Like I would love to see, give me Mr. Freeze. Give me
War Wizard saying we had one was Batman and Rob. That's not Heart of Ice. That's Adam West, Mr. Freeze.
That was what the dinosaurs, the Ice Age.
The thing that I'm
a similar story beat.
Yeah, but they took elements of it and ran with it.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm sick of with these movies is the origin stories. I'm just over getting that same story for some of these characters over and over again. I haven't watched the Batman, but
you're not missing anything.
The Batman is
There's
a
a couple good things in the
Batman.
Batman. I hate the ending of that movie. I hate that Batman gets tricked by the Riddler. I thought that was stupid.
I'm talking about Pattinson's Batman or whatever.
Yeah, no. I mean, which ending? Like the movie has 12 fucking endings.
But there was some stuff I really liked in it.
It literally has a longer ending than Return of the King.
The soundtrack in that movie is great.
I
love the Batmobile. What?
It is literally the Imperial March. It cut in half.
I liked it.
Yeah, but whatever. It still sounds good.
I like the Batmobile in it a lot.
Yeah, I agree. That's the best scene in the movie. That's the best scene in the movie when he's chasing Penguin in the car.
Because the one thing I hate about the Nolan movies is the Tumbler Batmobile.
Yeah,
I don't like that Tumbler.
I love that thing so much.
I want to build that. I want to build the Lego of that.
I like the Batmobile that's a sleek supercar.
No, I love the Tumbler because it's so obvious that Rocksteady took inspiration from that in Arkham Knight. That's pretty much what the Batmobile is in that game. Like it's a freaking tank, dude. It's so cool. But I also like the Batman's Batmobile, the Pattinson one. But my problem with that Batman is he's a dumbass. Like he never gets ahead of Riddler ever.
Nothing beats Michael Keaton's Batmobile.
Not only that,
he Michael Keaton's Batmobile.
That's the best one.
That is the best.
The Batman lost me when motherfucker is knocking on the goddamn door. I'm like, some bitch, not a Batman. Batman don't knock on doors unless he's Adam West. Okay, that's just the way it is. He sneaks in. He's there the whole time. He's the guy that's sitting up in the corner when they go, shit, he's behind me, isn't he? When they've said too much, right? Like that's the problem. And then like right away, first thing he does is come clomping up in these big clodhopper boots. It's like, no, Batman would have took 5 of those guys out before they even knew he was there. Yeah. He wasn't even acting like Batman. And then they made every white guy a piece of shit, including Batman and Alfred. And then you even got the scene where they're telling Batman he's got to do better. And then he becomes fucking BLM Batman on the fucking roof with Catwoman and shit. And then you're right, YellowFlash. Like, and like he should have been ahead of the Riddler a whole time. I'm sitting here going, it's a fucking setup, Batman. He's fucking you dumbass.
The fact that he takes down Penguin and they don't arrest him. Like the dude just caused manslaughter, GTA damage. Like he ruined the highway. And they're like, yeah, we'll just leave him here, like tied to a freaking pole or something.
Well, and then the last hour,
Batman's a detective, and he doesn't know.
And like Batman doesn't even know Spanish. That was
so fucking stupid. I couldn't believe it.
Batman knows multiple languages.
I know, but he's like, you don't know Spanish.
Batman doesn't know anything.
The Penguin had to explain it.
What's funny is people are saying I'm pulling a Ryan Canal. I was the only other person pointing that shit out. Well, me and Andre were at the same damn time as he was saying that. And that's what he said too. Everybody in this movie is a piece of shit, including Alfred. And then the last hour of the movie is basically the same goddamn thing as Batman Begins and Dark Knight Rises all over again. Like it's seriously just. They cut off the rest of the city and everything gets exploded. It's the same goddamn concept. And everybody's like, oh, but it was so cool.
The Riddler is literally an incel on Twitter with a bunch of followers that come dressed like him to fight
It's the lamest motherfucking villain ever.
I couldn't believe it. Like, and I was so hyped when I first saw the trailer because obviously like I went in blind watching the trailer for the first time and they show the Riddler with the mask and I didn't know it was the Riddler first, right? It looks different. So when I saw him, my mind immediately went like, oh, taped up, duct tape face. That's Hush. Oh my God, they're doing Hush.
What really sucks?
And then I started watching the trailer, and then I see the Riddler thing, and I went, "Oh my God!"
Well, you know what really sucks and does kind of like pisses me off is we're never gonna get. I would have loved if they would take Zaz and do like Batman hunting a serial killer, and they wasted him in that fucking Birds of Prey movie. Like that would have been such a great movie if you have him like hunting Zaz down and like because he's like killing all these people. You know who that is, right? It's the guy who cuts himself.
Yeah, Victor Zaz. Yeah.
Every time he kills somebody
in the chat,
when he kills himself,
in the chat, there was Court of the Owls and Azrael. That'd be sick too.
And when he kills himself, he cuts his body and like puts a number
Yeah,
like that would have been. That's such a cool.
Yeah,
movie
we only got
like
a second of him in Batman Begins.
You know what I would want? I would want a movie where Scarecrow's the main villain, because that would be an actual interesting movie.
So Batman Begins.
No, because he's not really like a main villain or anything. He's sort of like
he's like a side character.
Yeah, his whole thing is just to set up the whole, we're going to use the Wayne machine to vaporize the water supply, whatever. I mean, like bona fide true Scarecrow as a main villain. I would love that. I would love Hush. I would love, even though they won't do it because it's too fantastical, I would love Clayface. I mean, my favorite Batman villain is Ra's al Ghul, but they already did him in Batman Begins, which I loved. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm just kind of.
They did a pretty good job with him in that one.
Dude, Ra's is like, to me, that's the ultimate Batman villain. I know people say Joker, I understand that, but for me, like, if there's any villain that Batman has that I would never want to like even see in real life, it's Ra's, because he represents like the total corruption of like the world. You know what I mean? Like his people control everything. Like you would be killed in the middle of the night, but you wouldn't even know what did it. You know, like he has all the politicians under him, all the mayors, everything. Like that's scary to me. And I like the fact that he's not fantastical looking. He's just like some old guy in a suit or something. You know, I love that a lot.
But it's different in the comics, but
I know he wears like armor and stuff, but. And like Liam Neeson as Ra's, man, oh, that was peak casting. That was amazing.
The will, your father lacked the will to act.
Dude,
the other thing I have with the Nolan movies is it's still just James Bond Batman. The one thing I do wish that they tried to do with the Batman was like have a little bit more detective stuff. You know, show that he's like more than just beating people up.
I would say the biggest negative of the Nolan movies, I think we can all agree, is that the actual hand-to-hand fight scenes are not very good. They just objectively are not, because Nolan's not really known for that.
Not enough fucking detective work either.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you watch Dark Knight Rises, for example, when Bane and Batman fight for the first time, you can see how they're fighting. They're far away, and then Bane spins around and punches thin air. And then Batman falls to his knees. If you go back and watch it,
I hate Dark Knight Rises.
Just like things like that. I'm kind of like, but I still personally, for me, my favorite Batman movie is still Batman Begins. I know nobody will agree with me on that, and I'm fine with it. But
imagine what that one would have been if Heath Ledger didn't pass away.
I mean, my favorite Batman movie Rises. My favorite Batman movie is always going to be Batman Returns, and it's those Tim Burton movies. They're the least canon Batman.
That is, except for the fact that Batman actually does some pretty good detective work in that first Batman, and I love in the second one. Yeah. I love that they actually did a callback to the first movie. And he's like, "Well, I'm not the one who let Vicky in the Batcave," right? Because I guess that really bothered the original screenwriter too. Yeah. Because that came in during a rewrite. Yeah, that came in during a rewrite. But speaking of the Clown Prince, I mean, there's actually a worse Clown Prince than Joker they could have Batman go against if you want to share my screen here. Because, I mean, honestly, technically, Ronald has killed a hell of a lot more people than Joker ever has. He's a mass murderer.